Story 1: Footsteps in the Black Pine. Segment 1: The Arrival. Extension: Black Pine Forest Day. A wall of snow stretches across the horizon. The snowcat crawls along a narrow mountain road, treads grinding through frozen silence. The world beyond the windshield is white, 1,000 shades of it. Ethan Caldwell, 28, drives alone. Pale, unshaven, eyes hidden behind tinted glasses. His fingers drum on the steering wheel to a rhythm that no longer exists in his life. A cracked photo rests on the dashboard, Ethan and his ex-wife, Laura, at a lake. Her face is half torn away. The cabin's coordinates blink on the GPS. Black Pine Cabin, 39 kilometers from highway. No signal. He mutters to himself. Ethan. Dryly. Fresh air. Peace. No people. That's the point, right? The snowcat jerks over a root. The trees grow taller, darker. Pines lean in close, as if whispering above the hum of the engine. Extension: cabin clearing afternoon. The family cabin sits buried in frost, wooden, stoic, a memory outliving the people who built it. Smoke hasn't risen from its chimney in over a decade. Ethan shuts off the engine. The world becomes still. He steps out, snow up to his shins, and breathes in air sharp as glass. He unlocks the door. The hinges groan. Int. Cabin continuous. Dust motes drift in cold light. A deer's skull hangs above the stone fireplace. The walls bear the stains of long winters, rings where damp once crept. Ethan sets his laptop bag on the table, shakes snow from his hair, and exhales. Ethan. To himself. Just me and a few trees. Can't screw that up. He opens a box of gear, cameras, motion sensors, a small generator, a hunting rifle. He's methodical, efficient, the habits of a man who hides anxiety in routine. Montage: Ethan settling in. Plugging in a trail camera aimed at the front porch. Testing a motion light that flickers twice before working. Pouring bourbon into a chipped glass. Standing by the window, watching flakes drift past. On his laptop, he opens a remote camera feed connected to a cloud account. 4 views. Front porch. Rear window. Tree line east. Tree line west. All still. He sips. Wind howls against the eaves, the long, hollow sound of wilderness reminding him how far away help really is. Night, 10:47 p.m. The generator hums. Ethan sits at the table, typing on his laptop, a blank document titled Black Pine Journal, Day 1. Ethan, typing. Cabin's intact. Feels like a ghost could live here, and I wouldn't mind. Snow's worse than forecast. Should check the roof tomorrow. Camera feeds active. Nothing but snowflakes. Strange thing, found old boot prints near the shed. Probably mine from unloading. Probably. He rubs his temples, downs the rest of his drink, and shuts the laptop. The forest wind rises again, a deep, rolling moan that sounds almost like a voice under the gale. Ethan stares toward the window. The glass trembles faintly. Int. Cabin bedroom later. He lies in bed under thick blankets. The power light from his laptop blinks across the room, rhythmic and soft. The sound of snow tapping the window turns hypnotic. He's almost asleep when a faint crunch of snow. Then another. And another. Outside. Ethan sits up, listening. The sound pauses, then continues, slow, deliberate, circling the cabin. He grabs the rifle from beside the bed, heart hammering. He moves to the window. Frost clouds the glass. He wipes it with his sleeve. Nothing. Only white and black and the slow dance of flakes. But the sound persists. Footsteps. Barely there, but steady. Crunch. 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 He flicks on the porch light through the switch beside the door. The bulb glows weakly, illuminating footprints. A single trail of human bare footprints, winding across the porch, leading off into the trees. Ethan freezes. Ethan. Quietly. What the hell? He opens the door a crack. The wind pushes in, biting his face. He steps out, barefoot in the cold for only a moment, shining his flashlight over the steps. Yes, bare feet, not boots. 10 perfect toes, pressed deep into snow that hasn't melted around them. The footprints circle the cabin once, then vanish behind the shed. He shivers, retreats inside, locks the door twice. Int. Cabin, living room, minutes later. Ethan sits watching the camera feeds. Snow flickers under night vision, shades of grey static. Then, on camera 2, rear window. Movement. He leans closer. A shadow passes just at the edge of the light, too tall, too thin. Gone? He rewinds. Frame by frame, there. A human shape, head tilted, arms hanging wrong, as if shoulders dislocated. Ethan stops the footage, breath shallow. He switches to live feed, nothing now but blowing snow. He sets the rifle by the table and paces. Ethan. Could be glare. Could be me losing my mind. Beat? Yeah. That's probably it. The generator flickers. Lights dim. For 2 seconds, everything dies. When it powers back, the front door camera shows something new. A second set of footprints. They weren't there before. They lead from the woods to the door. Int. Cabin, 3:02 a.m. Ethan hasn't slept. He sits in the dark, wrapped in a coat, rifle across his lap, staring at the monitors. Wind rattles the window panes. He opens the laptop again. Another motion alert pings. Activity detected, camera 1, porch. The feed flickers. Static. Then clears. Nothing visible. Then, a blur, close to the lens, almost touching it. A pale handprint smears across the glass from the outside. Ethan flinches back in his chair. The live feed shakes slightly, like the camera itself was nudged. He slams the laptop shut, grabs his rifle, and backs toward the bedroom. Ethan. You wanted peace and quiet, genius. You got it. Just you and the woods. The cabin creaks, a long sigh of settling timber. He peers through the crack of the curtain, the porch light still burns, snow swirling around it. The footprints remain. But now there's something else. A second trail, smaller steps, branching off toward the tree line. He can't tell if they are coming from the forest or leading back into it. He doesn't sleep. Extension, cabin, dawn. A thin grey light bleeds through the storm. Ethan steps outside, boots crunching where bare feet had been. The prints are still clear, not softened by new snow. As if the storm avoided them. He follows them toward the trees. Each step sinks deep. The air is so cold his breath freezes midair. The tracks lead 50 meters into the woods, then stop. No return path. No sign of struggle. Just emptiness, snow smooth beyond that final print. He kneels, studying it. A perfect foot. Toes splayed slightly, as if pressing down hard, and yet, there's no sign of melting or compression beyond. The wind dies. He hears something. A whisper. Very faint. A man's voice, low, rough, carrying his name. Voice, distant. Ethan. He whirls around. No one. Ethan. Yelling. Who's there? The forest gives no answer, except the faint echo of his own voice returning, warped. Ethan. He backs away, steps crunching over his own tracks, until he realizes new prints are forming behind him in the snow. Step by step, as if something invisible walks where he just was. He spins, heart thundering. Nothing there. Just the rising wind, and the empty white. He runs all the way back to the cabin. Cabin moments later. He slams the door, locks it, presses his back against the wood. His breath fogs in the cold air. The camera feeds flicker again, static rising like snow on a broken TV. Then one image clears, the rear window. The curtain has been torn open. Something stands in the frame, faint, almost featureless, but unmistakably human. It doesn't move. Doesn't blink. The motion alert tone pings once. Then again. All four cameras trigger at once. Ethan stares at the screens. Every view shows different angles of the same figure, watching the cabin from all sides. Segment 2, The Pursuit. Cabin night, continuous. The four monitors pulse in eerie rhythm, flicker, freeze, static. Each shows the same impossible thing. A figure standing in the storm, watching the cabin from four directions at once. Ethan's breathing grows shallow. He blinks hard, trying to make sense of it. Ethan. To himself, hoarse. It's a loop. A glitch. It has to be. But the figures move. Not simultaneously, sequentially. On one screen, the figure turns its head. On another, it steps forward. A slow choreography of menace, surrounding him frame by frame. The wind outside rises, battering the walls with fists of snow. Ethan grabs the rifle, loads a shell with shaking hands. He opens the front door camera feed one more time. Now the figure is gone. The snow blows undisturbed. Silence. Then, a knock. Once. From the back door. Ethan freezes mid-breath. He aims the rifle toward the kitchen. The knock repeats, louder this time. Thump. 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 He takes a step closer. Ethan. Quietly. If you out there, you're gonna regret it. He reaches the door, places his hand on the knob. Something scrapes the wood from the outside, a fingernail. Ice? He yanks the door open. Snow bursts in. No one there. But there are bare footprints, fresh, steaming faintly in the cold, leading away into the dark. Ethan slams the door shut, locks it, backs away. Then his phone buzzes, a faint vibration on the table. No signal. Yet it's flashing a notification from the cloud camera. New file uploaded, motion event 3:14 a.m. He opens the feed. The screen shows himself sleeping in the chair. Camera angle from inside the cabin. He watches, frozen, as the door behind his sleeping body opens slightly. A hand, pale, long-fingered, slips around the frame. Then the figure leans into view. Its head turns toward the camera. It's smiling. Ethan slams the laptop shut, nearly vomiting from fear. Cabin front room moments later. He's pacing, muttering under his breath. Ethan. This can't be real. Somebody broke in, that's it. Somebody's screwing with me. He tears open drawers, grabs a can of gasoline, slings his pack over one shoulder. Through the frosted window, something shifts, a blur of movement near the tree line. Too fast, too fluid. He flicks on the floodlight. A pale shape darts behind a pine, vanishing. The light flickers, then burns out. Extension, cabined night. He bursts out the front door with his rifle and flashlight, snow blasting into his face. His breath comes in ragged clouds. He circles the cabin, nothing but trees and wind. Then he finds them, new footprints. They lead straight from the front porch into the forest. Ethan hesitates. The rational part of him screams, "Stay inside." The desperate part, the one needing to understand, forces him forward. He follows. Extension, black pine forest continuous. The beam of his flashlight cuts through dense snow. Each print looks freshly pressed, toes defined, heel deep. He moves slowly, gun raised. His boots crunch over old snow, overlapping the bare prints. The trees whisper overhead, long creaks, almost like sighs. Ethan. Calling out. "You picked the wrong house, you psycho. Come out before I..." He stops. Another voice, faint, echoing through the trees. Voice soft, male. "Before you what?" Ethan swings his light toward the sound. Nothing. The voice comes again, closer this time. Voice mocking. "Before you burn me again." Ethan's throat dries. "Ethan. Who are you?" Only wind answers, but the footprints ahead are multiplying. Where there was one trail, now there are two, then three, fanning out like the branches of a river. They all lead deeper into the forest. Ethan's flashlight begins to dim. Extension, forest clearing, later. He steps into a small clearing ringed by towering pines. In the center stands a wooden cross, blackened by weather. Tied to it, something resembling a coat, frozen stiff, arms spread wide. He approaches cautiously. It isn't a coat. It's skin. Human skin, hardened and pale as parchment. The face, or what's left of it, is smooth, eyeless. A mouth is stitched into a frozen grin. Ethan reels back, gagging. Then, footsteps behind him. He spins. Flashlight beam darts across trees. Nothing. He turns back, and the skin effigy is gone. Only a few scraps of ice flutter where it hung. Ethan. Jesus Christ. He stumbles backward, heart racing, and trips on something buried in snow. A camera tripod. One of his. He brushes snow off. It's the same model he left inside the cabin. The lens is cracked, covered in something dark. He picks it up, and the voice whispers again. Voice soft. "Ethan, you left the door open." Ethan swings the rifle wildly. "Ethan. Where are you? Show yourself." Branches shake. Snow falls. Then, a flash of movement, a figure, pale, half seen between the trunks. Ethan fires. The rifle blast echoes for miles. When the smoke clears, nothing. But another sound starts. Footsteps. Dozens of them. From every direction. They're close in, slow, deliberate, circling him just beyond the beam of his light. Ethan turns in circles, shouting. "Ethan. Stay away from me." No answer, only the sound of many feet crunching snow in unison, tightening the ring. He fires again, empty click. The gun jams. The flashlight flickers, goes out. Darkness swallows him whole. Blackness. He breathes in ragged bursts, cold air slicing his lungs. Then, one whisper, right beside his ear. Voice. "I was here first." Ethan lunges blindly forward, crashing through branches, tearing his coat on bark. He runs, anywhere, just away from the sound. Extension, forest running sequence. The camera follows him from behind, handheld style. Snow churns underfoot. Tree limbs whip past his face. Behind him, faint shapes flicker between trunks. White figures gliding over snow without sound, their faces blank, their heads twitching in impossible angles. Ethan stumbles, gasps, keeps going. He bursts through the tree line, the cabin ahead, glowing faintly with firelight. He sprints for it. Extension, cabin continuous. The porch light flickers as he reaches the steps. He stops, chest heaving. The front door is wide open. A warm glow spills out. Inside, he can see the fireplace roaring, too bright, too high. He approaches slowly, rifle clutched tight. "Ethan!" calling out. "Whoever's in there. I'm armed." He steps through the door. Int. Cabin continuous. The firelight dances wildly, throwing shadows across the walls. On the table, his laptop is open again, camera feed running. The footage shows himself, standing right now in the doorway. But behind him on screen, something moves. A tall figure, blacker than the shadows, standing where the fireplace should be. Ethan turns toward the real fireplace. No one there. Then, a faint click from behind him. The door slowly shuts on its own. He spins, panicked. The handle locks with a metallic snap. The fire flares, roaring into a column of orange light. Inside the flames, faces appear, human outlines screaming silently, melting, reforming. Ethan stumbles back, knocking over his chair. The cabin trembles as wind hammers the roof. Smoke curls into strange shapes, long, fingered silhouettes stretching toward him. He grabs the gasoline can, uncaps it, and splashes the floor. "Ethan! You want fire? Fine. You can have it." He strikes a match, ready to throw, but freezes. In the reflection of the cabin window, a man stands behind him. Barefoot. Grinning. Ethan whirls, nothing. The reflection remains. The man's eyes are hollow, black tunnels. His grin widens, impossibly, until it splits his cheeks. Then he mouths the words. "Don't leave me alone again." The match falls from Ethan's hand. Flame races across the spilled gasoline. The cabin erupts. Extension, black pine cabined night. The explosion sends a bloom of fire into the snowy dark. Ethan bursts through the door, rolling into the snow, coughing smoke. He looks back, the cabin burning bright, windows bursting outward. Inside the inferno, a figure stands motionless among the flames. It doesn't burn. It watches him. For a second, the firelight seems to form his own face inside the blaze, smiling back at him. Ethan staggers to his feet, stumbles toward the snowcat parked nearby. He climbs in, starts the engine, and speeds into the storm. Behind him, the cabin collapses in fire, and through the smoke, the figure still stands, framed by orange light. Segment 3, The Return Signal. Extension, Black Pine Road, night. Snowcat headlights slice through a blizzard. The storm has become a living thing, hurling walls of ice and snow that bend the light itself. Inside the cab, Ethan Caldwell drives like a man possessed. Smoke-streaked, trembling, face raw with frost and fear. Behind him, the forest burns, the distant orange glow pulsing like a dying heart. He checks the mirror, nothing but whiteout. He keeps driving. "Ethan!" muttering. 40 kilometers. Just make it to the road. Just keep moving. The snowcat lurches over a drift. Something thuds on the roof, heavy, brief. Ethan freezes, staring upward. Silence. Then, a soft tapping. 3 slow knocks on the metal above his head. He slams the accelerator. The sound follows, crawling along the roof, toward the windshield. He flicks the headlights brighter, but the beam catches nothing but snow. Int. Snowcat continuous. He grabs his phone, screen cracked, still no signal. He switches to the camera app, aiming it toward the windshield, hoping the infrared can catch what his eyes can't. Through the grainy night mode, a face flashes into view. Pale. Featureless. Inches beyond the glass. Ethan jerks back, screams, drops the phone. It vanishes when he looks again, just darkness, his own reflection staring back. He picks up the phone. The app has taken a photo automatically. He opens it. The image shows the same moment, except the face is his own. His reflection pressed against the outside glass, smiling. Ethan hurls the phone away. Ethan. No, 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 no. He grips the wheel until his knuckles turn white. Extension, Black Pine Road, later. The snowcat jerks to a halt. A fallen pine blocks the path, huge, ancient, split clean through as if something massive had torn it down. Ethan curses, slams the steering wheel. He steps outside, rifle in hand, dragging the tree's smaller limbs aside. The forest around him is still, unnaturally still. Even the wind seems to hold its breath. He looks up. Through the snow, a light. At first it looks like a rescue beacon. Then it moves. Slowly descending between the trees, not flying, walking. A figure holding a lantern. Ethan squints through the flurries. Ethan. Calling. Hey. Over here. The lantern stops. The figure tilts its head. Then raises the lantern higher. It's not a flame, it's a human face, glowing orange from within, mouth open in silent scream. The body beneath it flickers, now a man, now a woman, now something hollow wearing a coat of skin. Ethan staggers backward, trips over a root, scrambles into the snowcat. He floors it in reverse, treads tearing through snow, engine roaring. Int. Snowcat, driving backward, continuous. The forest blurs past. The firelight fades behind him. He breathes hard, throat raw. The dashboard blinks. A blue Wi-Fi symbol appears, flickering. He stares at it. No signal for 40 kilometers, but the indicator stays. Then, a notification pops on the screen. New upload, blackpine footage_final.move. Ethan's mouth goes dry. Ethan. Hoarse whisper. No. You can't. You burned. He rips the dashboard cable out, but the sound system comes alive anyway. Whispers, faint at first, then layering into 100 voices. Voices, over speakers. You left us there. You left yourself there. Come back. He slams the heel of his hand into the controls, nothing stops the sound. Static flickers across the snowcat's rear camera feed, showing the road behind. Something's there. At first, just shapes in the storm. Then one shadow steps closer, then another, then many. Dozens of pale figures moving through the snow, barefoot, silent. They follow him, perfectly in step. Extension, mountain pass night. The snowcat climbs a ridge, engine straining. Ethan's eyes are red, tears freezing to his face. He looks back again, the road is empty. The figures are gone. Then the camera feed on his dash turns itself back on. He watches, disbelieving. The same view, but now he is standing in the middle of the road, watching the snowcat drive away. He blinks hard, looks up through the rear window. The road behind him is empty. He looks back to the screen. The version of him is now walking toward the snowcat. Step by step. Ethan. Screaming. Stop it. He smashes the display with the rifle butt. Sparks fly. The feed dies. The snowcat lurches suddenly, one tread catches ice, sliding sideways down the slope. Ethan yells, fighting the wheel. The machine tips, crashes onto its side. Int. Snowcat overturned moments later. Steam and snow fill the cab. Ethan groans, blood trickling from his scalp. The windshield is half buried in snow. He kicks it open and crawls out, gasping for breath. He's on a ridge overlooking the forest, a black sea of pines swaying beneath a bruised sky. Far below, the fire from the cabin still burns faintly. The snowcat is ruined. He starts walking downhill, stumbling through waist-deep snow. Each step feels heavier. Every shadow looks like it's watching. Extension, frozen lake later. He reaches the edge of a frozen lake, a perfect white mirror. He crosses cautiously, boots crunching, the ice moaning beneath him. Halfway across, his phone buzzes in his pocket. He freezes. Pulls it out, the screen lights up on its own. Signal, 1 bar. Then, a call. Incoming, Ethan Caldwell. He stares, horrified. He answers. Silence. Then, his own voice, distant, crackling with static. Ethan, on phone. You shouldn't have left. You know what happens when you leave. Ethan drops the phone, it clatters on the ice, sliding away. He turns to run, but the ice cracks loudly beneath him. Thin lines spider out in every direction. Beneath the surface, shadows move, human shapes, pressing upward, their hands slapping against the underside of the ice. Their mouths open and close, not gasping, but laughing soundlessly. The ice gives way. Ethan plunges into freezing black water. Underwater sequence. Everything muffled. Light fades to darkness. He thrashes upward, sees pale faces drifting around him, eyes wide, mouths still smiling. Hands grip his coat, pulling him down gently, almost tenderly. He kicks free, bubbles bursting from his mouth, breaks the surface, screaming. Extension, frozen lake continuous. Ethan hauls himself onto the ice, gasping, half frozen. He crawls toward the far shore. Behind him, the hole in the ice bubbles, then a shape rises from it. A man, soaked and barefoot, dripping lake water. Same height. Same build. Same face. Another Ethan stands upright on the broken ice, watching him. The duplicate tilts its head, exactly the way the figure had before. Ethan stares, trembling. Ethan, original. Who are you? The copy's lips move. Copy, calmly. I never left. It steps forward, across the ice, not sinking. Each footprint burns faintly blue against the snow. Ethan backs away, slipping, scrambling up the bank. He runs. Extension, forest edge pre dawn. The sky glows faintly with the first hint of morning. Ethan collapses beside a road sign. Highway 16 to 12 kilometers. He laughs, hysterical, breath visible in bursts. Then he hears it, the crunch of footsteps behind him. He whirls, the road is empty. But his own footprints in the snow begin to fill themselves in, each one pressing down from above, though no one is there. His laughter stops. The whisper returns, his own voice again, right at his ear. Voice soft. It's all recorded. You can't delete what's in the cloud. He spins, swinging the rifle wildly. Nothing. He looks down at his phone again. The screen lights up by itself, showing live footage from a camera feed. His cabin. Rebuilt. Perfectly intact, unburned. On the feed, a man is sitting at the table, typing. Ethan zooms in. The man looks up, it's him. Alive. Calm. Writing. On the screen, Ethan smiles into the camera. On video, Ethan. Day 1 in Black Pine. Cabin's intact. Feels like a ghost could live here, and I wouldn't mind. The video loops, the same words from his first night. Ethan stares, mouth open in horror. He drops the phone. It keeps playing, muffled in the snow. On video, Ethan. Strange thing, found old boot prints near the shed. Probably mine from unloading. Probably. The sound distorts. Then, softly. On video, whisper. Welcome back, Ethan. Extension, Black Pine Forest, wide shot dawn. The wind carries faint static through the trees. The snowcat lies overturned in the distance. The forest is silent. Only one set of footprints leads toward the cabin that shouldn't exist anymore. Then, from deep among the pines, a camera shutter clicks. Story 2, The Screaming Stag. Segment 1, The Arrival. Extension, Scottish Highlands dusk. The train winds through mist like a blade through breath. Outside the window, the land rolls away, heather plains, snow-cloaked ridges, and forests black as spilled ink. Dr. Ursula Rennick sits alone in the carriage. Her face half reflected in the glass, intelligent, tired, and faintly haunted. The rhythmic clatter of the train wheels sounds almost like a heartbeat. She stares out at the endless fog. Somewhere beneath it, she knows, lie the reports she's come to investigate. Dozens of red deer found mutilated, bones cracked clean, torsos hollowed, no sign of predators. Her laptop rests on the table. A government-issued report open on screen. Photos, frostbitten deer carcasses, antlers broken. Location, Cairn Bray Nature Reserve, Inverness-shire. She exhales, fogging her reflection. The train slows. Int. Train station, evening. The platform is nearly deserted. An iron sign reads Cairn Brae, Hop 212. A local man in a heavy coat waits by a Land Rover, Ewan Mackinnon, late 50s, the reserve warden. He gives a curt nod as Ursula approaches, dragging her suitcase through the snow. Ewan. Dr. Rennick, I? From Edinburgh. Ursula. That's right. You must be Mr. Mackinnon. Ewan. Ewan'll do. You're braver than most, coming out this far. He loads her case into the truck bed. Ursula. The reports were worrying. If it's disease or poaching, it needs containing. Ewan. Grim. Poaching, I. That's what we are saying. He doesn't look convinced. They drive in silence, headlights slicing through mist. On the radio, a Gaelic station hums with static and low hymns. Extension, Mountain Road, night. The Land Rover rattles over an old stone bridge. Below, a river churns black, half frozen. Ursula glances out. On the far bank, she sees a deer. It stands perfectly still, head high, breath steaming. Antlers vast and twisted. Eyes reflecting the headlights, not red, but blue. Ursula. Pointing. There, do you see that? Ewan squints through the windshield. Nothing there. Just the trees. Ewan. You'll find this land plays tricks. He drives on. Behind them, the deer, or whatever it was, disappears into the fog. Int. The Stag's Rest pub later. A low-ceiling tavern filled with peat smoke and candlelight. The few locals turn to watch Ursula enter. Ewan mutters something in Gaelic. They return to their drinks. The walls are lined with mounted antlers, dozens of them, polished, symmetrical. But one mount above the bar stands empty. Only the plaque remains. The Black Stag, 1893. Ewan notices her staring. Ewan. Shot by the founder's great-grandfather. Thing had teeth like a man, they said. She raises an eyebrow, not amused. Ursula. Folk tales. Always helpful to conservation. Ewan. You'll find we've no shortage of tales here, Doctor. Just not many folk left to tell them. Int. Lodge cabined night. Later, Ursula sits alone in the small ranger's lodge, the same one her predecessors used. Logs crackle in the hearth. Wind howls around the chimney, whistling like a scream. She opens her field journal, begins recording. Ursula, VO. Day 1, Cairn Bray Reserve. Conditions severe. Locals uncooperative. One confirmed report of deer disembowelment near Glen Tor. No tracks found. She pauses, listening. Something thumps against the outside wall, a slow, rhythmic sound, like a heartbeat muffled by snow. She stands, flashlight in hand, moves to the window. Only swirling mist. The sound stops. Then, faintly, a distant, echoing cry from deep within the forest. At first, it sounds like an animal in pain. Then it shifts, rising into something almost human. She freezes, breath fogging the glass. Isla, whisper. That wasn't a deer. The cry repeats, longer this time, metallic in tone, like air blown through bone. Extension, forest edge, late night. She ventures outside, bundled in parka and boots. The beam of her flashlight cuts through fog like a blade through water. Snow muffles every sound except her breathing. She follows the echo into the trees. The forest is immense, silent, cathedral-like. Her light catches antlers nailed to trunks, offerings, perhaps, or warnings. She kneels beside something half buried in the snow. A carcass, but not fresh. The ribs have been peeled open, cleanly, as if by tools. Flies shouldn't live in this cold, yet she hears faint buzzing, deep within the body cavity. She covers her mouth, backing away. A branch cracks behind her. She swings the flashlight. Nothing. Just fog, except for a shape barely visible among the trees. A silhouette, tall, crooked, antlers arching impossibly wide. She calls out. Isla. Hello. Are you hurt? The shape doesn't move. Her flashlight flickers, once, twice, then dies completely. Silence. Then a low, wet sound, a snort. She fumbles for her phone light. The screen glows. The shape is gone. But in the snow at her feet. Hoofprints, leading not away, but toward her. She backs up slowly, phone shaking in her hand. Somewhere beyond the trees, a cry rises again, long and hollow, half scream, half trumpet. It echoes across the glen, rattling her bones. She runs. Int. Lodge minutes later. She slams the door shut, panting, locks it. The window glass trembles, not from wind, but from the sound outside. Something moving through the fog, circling the lodge. She switches off the lantern, crouches low, holding her breath. The noises stop. Silence stretches. Then, soft, deliberate hoof steps on the porch. Boards creak. A shadow passes across the window, tall, antlered. For a moment, she swears she sees it lean closer. A long face, bone pale, breath frosting the glass. Then it's gone. Only the sound of the wind remains. Int. Lodge later that night. The storm builds outside. Isla sits at the table, recording her trembling voice. Isla, VO. Local reports confirmed. Something out there mimics deer vocalizations, but the tone and resonance are unnatural. Possibly a territorial behavior, though I can't shake the feeling it was aware of me. Her hand shakes as she presses stop. She looks toward the dark window. A reflection stares back, her own face, pale, frightened. But then, it blinks. And she hasn't. Segment 2, The Burrow. Int. Lodge, early morning. Grey light bleeds through the frost-laced windows. Dr. Isla Rennick hasn't slept. Coffee sits untouched beside her laptop, the condensation frozen solid on the rim. She replays the audio recording from last night, the long, echoing wail that had risen from the trees. Headphones tight around her ears, she scrubs through the waveform, eyes flicking over every jagged spike of sound. The cry begins as a normal cervine bellow, but around the 11-second mark, it splits, a discordant undertone threading beneath it, like another voice speaking backward. She isolates the frequency, enhances it. A hiss. Then, faintly, Something that could almost be words. Come back to the burrow. Her hand freezes on the mouse. Static fills her headphones. Then, for a second, a sharp breath right beside her ear, as if someone had whispered into the mic that very moment. She rips the headphones off, heart pounding. The room is empty. Just the hum of the small space heater, and the distant wail of wind across the moors. Extension, forest perimetered midday. The snow glitters like shattered glass under a weak sun. Ewan Mackinnon waits beside the Land Rover, a thermos in hand, eyes narrowed against the glare. Ewan. You heard it, didn't you? Isla. I recorded it. There's something out there. Not just deer calls. Ewan. Grim. We all heard it once. Then we stopped going into the woods after dark. He looks toward the tree line, where the pines sway like black spires. Ewan contered. Whatever it is, it doesn't want to be studied. Isla shoulders her pack, pulling out a handheld thermal imager. Isla. If it bleeds, it leaves heat. Let's find where it sleeps. Ewan hesitates, then nods. They cross into the forest. Extension, forest interior afternoon. The trees crowd tighter the deeper they go. The snow here is untouched, no tracks, no prints, only a silence thick enough to smother their own. Isla sweeps the imager slowly. Temperature, -9 degrees Celsius. Flat line. Until a pulse of red flickers across the screen. Isla. There. Ahead. Something's moving. They push through the undergrowth, following the signal downhill toward a frozen creek. At the bank, the imager glitches, lines tearing across the display. The temperature suddenly spikes, +24 degrees Celsius. Then it drops back to -10 degrees Celsius. Ewan. That's not right. The batteries. Isla. It's not the batteries. Something moves under the ice. A ripple, slow and deliberate, like something breathing beneath the surface. Isla crouches, scraping away frost to see clearer. The current glimmers faintly, but the shape beneath it isn't fish. It's antlers. Buried deep, tangled in roots. A skull the size of a bear's, half-rotted, frozen mid-snarl. Ewan. Sweet Christ. She leans closer, phone in hand, snapping photos. The ice beneath her boots groans. Isla. There's a cavity under here, like a tunnel. Ewan. A burrow. The old deer dens. But not this deep. Crack. The ice splits beneath her. She plunges knee-deep into black water. The cold is immediate, blinding. Ewan grabs her arm, pulling her out, but for an instant, she feels something grip her leg from below. Not a root. Fingers. She screams, thrashing free. They collapse onto the bank, gasping. When she looks down, her boot is torn. 4 deep slashes across the sole. Isla. It grabbed me. Ewan, it grabbed me. Ewan. There's nothing under there now. Isla. Then where the hell did it go? A sound answers her. A long, keening bellow rising from somewhere downstream, not loud, but close. Closer than it should be. Extension, lower woods minutes later. They follow the creek as the sun dips. The forest grows darker, the air thick with rot. Ahead, an opening in the hillside, partially hidden by snow, a burrow mouth, wide enough for a man to crawl through. The inside breathes steam, as if the earth itself were exhaling. Ewan. That's not natural. Isla kneels, shining her flashlight into the tunnel. Frost-coated fur clings to the walls, like something enormous had dragged itself through repeatedly. Isla. It's been nesting. Ewan. Nesting. You think it's breeding? She doesn't answer. The air inside smells of iron and wet moss. She crawls halfway in, camera running, the beam cutting through fog. A narrow passage descends deeper, winding, damp, streaked with blood. Something glints among the roots, a necklace. She picks it up, a small wooden charm carved like a deer skull. As she examines it, the light flickers. Her camera lens autofocuses on something moving behind her. A shape in the dark. It crawls along the ceiling. She freezes, breath catching. Yuan, OS. Isla? The figure drops. She scrambles backward, out of the tunnel, snow flying. Isla. Something's in there. Yuan raises his rifle, aiming into the hole. Silence. Then, the sound of antlers scraping stone, followed by a single hoarse, human-like breath. They back away slowly. The ground trembles beneath their boots. Then, from the mouth of the burrow, something emerges, not fully seen, just the outline. A mass of matted fur, long limbs ending in hand-like hooves, and a skull crowned with antlers that glint like knives. Its eyes, not eyes at all, but holes, burn faintly blue in the mist. It steps halfway into the light, sniffs the air, then screams. The sound is unbearable, a layered shriek that seems to claw inside the skull. Isla drops to her knees, covering her ears. Yuan fires twice, the rifle kicks, echoing through the valley. When she opens her eyes, the creature is gone. Only a trail of blood leads back into the burrow. Extension, forest path, evening. They stumble back toward the Land Rover through snow that's begun to fall again, harder this time. Yuan breathes raggedly. Yuan. You shouldn't have come here, Doctor. You woke it. Isla. Don't start with that. It was already active. That's what the reports were. Yuan. Reports don't scream your name in the night. She stops dead. Isla. What did you just say? Yuan. Realizing. You heard it too, didn't you? It calls to the ones who disturb it. Isla stares at him, snow catching in her hair, her breath shallow. Somewhere behind them, a faint echo carries through the woods. Isla. They both turn. The forest stands still, heavy with snow. Isla. Whispering. Keep walking. Don't look back. Int. Land Rover night. The heater blasts useless air. Yuan drives fast, knuckles white. Isla sits rigid in the passenger seat, clutching her camera. She replays the footage, grainy, dark. At the tunnel entrance, the light flares as the thing drops from the ceiling, just a blur of fur and antlers. Then a single still frame freezes mid-scream. In the sound file, beneath the shriek, she hears it again. A voice, deep and rhythmic, whispering something indecipherable, until she slows it down. Voice, distorted. We sleep beneath the roots. Don't dig. Don't follow. She closes the laptop, trembling. Isla. We have to seal that tunnel. Yuan. You can't seal the ground, lass. It'll just find another way out. Outside, through the snow-blurred windshield, hoofprints appear across the road ahead, one by one, as if pressed by invisible weight. Then, the radio bursts to life, though it's turned off. Static. And through it, the same long, rising cry, the sound of the screaming stag, impossibly close. The headlights flicker. ISLA, whisper. It's not following us. Yuan. Then what's it doing? Isla. Looking back. It's hurting us. The Land Rover's engine dies. Silence. Yuan reaches for the ignition, stops. A shadow passes across the back window. Antlers scrape the glass. Segment 3, The Solstice Hunt. Extension, Cairn Bray Valley, PRE Dawn. A storm has erased the world. White devours everything, sky, forest, road. The Land Rover sits half buried at the bottom of a drift, doors open, engine long dead. No sign of Ewan. Dr. Ursula Rennick crawls from the wreck, her face raw from cold. Blood stains the snow in a trail behind her, not all of it hers. She clutches her camera to her chest like a relic. The wind screams through the valley, but beneath it comes another sound, rhythmic, hollow, ancient, hoofbeats. Not galloping. Pacing. Circling. Isla looks up toward the ridgeline. Something moves there, tall, antlered, watching. Isla, whisper. You wanted me to come back. She pushes through the snow toward the trees. Extension, forest dawn. The forest is a cathedral of ice. Every branch glitters with frost, every trunk carved with strange sigils, circles crossed with lines, etched deep into the bark as though by hooves or knives. Isla's breath fogs before her. She calls softly into the cold. Isla. Ewan? Only silence. Then a faint clicking, like bone tapping bone. She follows it downhill, into fog so thick it seems to pulse. The sound grows louder. Through the mist she sees movement, figures shifting slowly between the trees. At first she thinks they are deer. Then she realizes they are men wearing antlers, villagers, old and young, faces painted with ash. Their eyes vacant, mouths stitched shut with twine. Each holds a branch stripped of bark, spears. They form a circle as she approaches. Isla. What the hell is this? No one answers. One steps forward, lifts his spear toward her, not in threat, but in greeting. A guttural moan rises from them all, low and trembling. A ritual hum. And then, from the trees beyond, something replies. The stags cry. Deeper now. Closer. It shakes frost from the branches. The villagers drop to their knees. Isla stands frozen, heart hammering. Through the mist comes Ewan, or what's left of him. He staggers forward, coat torn, eyes glazed blue-white. Antlers have grown from his skull, bones sprouting through skin, branching grotesquely. Ewan, horse. He chose me first, now it's you. She stumbles back, horrified. Isla. Ewan, please. Ewan. Don't fight it. The land remembers. It just wants a voice again. The villagers begin to chant, rhythmic, wordless. The sound reverberates through the ground. Snow trembles around Isla's boots. Isla. No, no, I'm ending this. She grabs the flare gun from her belt and fires into the air. The red light cuts through the fog, for one instant illuminating everything. The burrow entrance behind them. The stag standing within it, immense, half bone, half flesh, its antlers tangled in roots that pulse like veins. Steam pours from its jaws. When the flare fades, it moves. Extension, the burrow moments later. Isla runs. Branches whip her face. Behind her, the chanting rises into screams. The forest cracks open with the creature's roar. She reaches the burrow mouth, it steams like the throat of hell. For a heartbeat she hesitates. Then she dives in. Int. The burrow underground. The tunnel descends at a sharp angle, slick with mud and blood. Her flashlight bounces wildly as she crawls. The walls pulse faintly, lined with fur and bone fused into the soil. Deeper still, a chamber opens before her. At its center, a pit. And within it, hundreds of skulls, both deer and human, arranged in spirals. Their mouths are open. From them seeps a sound, whispering, hundreds of voices layered atop one another. Voices, overlapping. We remember the hunt. We remember the silence. We want the breath again. She falls to her knees, clutching her head. The whispers become thoughts inside her skull. Isla. Stop it. Voices. You came to listen. Listen. The chamber shudders. Snow falls through cracks above. Then the stag crawls through the tunnel behind her, antlers scraping stone, eyes burning blue. It's too large for the space, bones splitting as it squeezes through, but it keeps coming, impossibly alive. Isla backs toward the pit. Isla. You're not real. You're. Stag, two voices at once. We are every hunger you forgot. It lunges. She fires her last flare directly into its chest. Flame blossoms in the darkness. The creature rears back, shrieking, its fur igniting like dry moss. The walls themselves catch fire. Isla grabs her camera, presses record, the screen trembling, static-lined. ISLA to camera. If anyone finds this, seal the valley. Burn it all. The stag crashes forward, half burning, half reborn in light. She throws herself into the pit. Int. Burrow chamber continuous. She lands among skulls, shattering bone. The whispering stops. Then, slowly, each skull turns toward her. Empty sockets flare with faint blue light. From the shadows above, the burning creature stumbles and collapses, its antlers catching on the ceiling. Flames lick up through cracks, illuminating carvings along the walls, spirals, circles, and the same phrase repeating in ancient Gaelic script. She recognizes two words, winter voice. Her breath clouds before her, warm against the frozen air. But the smoke from the fire doesn't rise, it flows downward, into the pit. The skulls inhale it. Each one exhales in unison, a sound like the first breath after drowning. The stag's body dissolves into ash. Something moves inside Isla's chest, a vibration, deep and steady. She looks at her camera, it's still recording. The red light blinks like a heartbeat. ISLA, weekly. You wanted a voice. She raises the camera toward her own face. Her pupils have turned icy blue. Her breath steams rhythmically, not with fear, but in sync with the whispers. The screen fills with static. Extension, forest dawn. Hours later. The storm has passed. Smoke rises gently from the trees. A rescue helicopter approaches the valley, blades thundering. Two rangers in orange coats wade through the snow toward the half-buried lodge. Inside, they find the table overturned, blood on the walls, and a laptop still recording, camera facing the window. On screen, a woman's reflection, Isla, standing outside in the snow, staring straight into the lens. She doesn't move, doesn't blink. Behind her, faintly, stands the stag, antlers now shadow-thin, barely visible. Its breath mingles with hers. The recording ends with a whisper, distorted by static. The hunt never ends. The voice just changes. Story 3, The Party That Wasn't There. Segment 1, Invitation. Int. Mara's apartment night. Snow presses against the glass like static. The heater hums faintly, the rest of the building feels asleep. Mara Ivazdatir sits at her kitchen table, laptop open, translating a dull corporate training manual. The cursor blinks in rhythm with her pulse. It's December 31st. Outside, fireworks thud across Reykjavik's skyline, distant, muffled. Inside, her clock ticks past 22:03. She hasn't spoken to another human in 2 days. Her phone buzzes. Unknown number. Asterisk, you coming tonight? Apartment 701, bring something to drink, winky face, asterisk. She frowns. Checks the contact, none saved. Her building ends at 6 floors. She types back. Who is this? No reply. The message stays marked as read. She stares at it for a long time, then shakes her head and returns to work. But her apartment suddenly feels smaller. Quieter. As if someone just stopped talking in the next room. Int. Apartment hallway later. At 23:11, she steps into the hallway for air. The corridor smells faintly of detergent and radiator heat. Every door looks the same, grey paint, brushed steel number. She walks toward the elevator, pauses at the stairwell. The building directory still lists level 6 rooftop access only. No 7th floor. Her phone buzzes again. Asterisk, almost midnight. Don't be late, neighbor, winky face, asterisk. A chill crawls over her scalp. She checks the signal, no service. Mara, to herself. Probably someone drunk. She forces a small laugh, heads back toward her apartment, but the lights flicker. For a second, the digital floor display on the elevator blinks 7 before resetting to 6. Int. Elevator continuous. Mara hesitates, then steps inside. The hum of the lift is oddly muffled, like sound trapped in cotton. She presses 6 to confirm it's working. The button lights. But the elevator begins to rise. The floor counter. B. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It stops. She waits. No ding. No movement. The doors slide open to darkness. Int. 7th floor, continuous. The hallway looks almost identical to hers, except the walls are wrongly proportioned. Narrower, ceilings lower, the paint color slightly off, more yellowed, as if aged by years of smoke. There's faint music somewhere ahead, low synth, rhythmic laughter. Mara's chest tightens. Mara, softly. Okay, okay. It's a prank. It's just the roof. She steps out. The doors close behind her without sound. She walks slowly past the doors. Each bears a brass number, but instead of 601, 602, they read 701, 702, all the way down. There are faint shadows moving behind frosted glass panels. Voices, muffled, cheerful. Hey, she came. You made it, Mara. Her name. She freezes. Someone on the other side of the hall door laughs. Footsteps approach. The door labeled 701 opens. Int. Apartment 701 continuous. Warm yellow light spills out. Inside, a party in full swing. People in glittering clothes, champagne flutes, paper hats. Music throbs from invisible speakers. Everyone looks almost normal. But something's off. Their movements are too synchronized, laughter delayed by a beat, smiles frozen for a second too long. A man near the door raises his glass. Man. We thought you weren't coming. Mara. I don't think I was invited. He chuckles. Man. Everyone's invited tonight. Don't you remember? She looks around. The apartment is a mirror of hers, same layout, same furniture, but every object gleams new. No scratches, no stains, no signs of life. A record player spins silently in the corner. The sound, music, laughter, doesn't seem to come from it. Woman, off-screen. Drink. A tall woman in sequins offers her a glass. Mara takes it. It's ice cold, colder than it should be. Mara. What floor is this? The woman tilts her head. Woman. The one you left. Mara blinks. Mara. Sorry, what? But the woman's already turned away, laughing with someone who wasn't there a second ago. Time distorts. Mara tries to leave, but every time she looks toward the door, it seems farther away. The light flickers, not on and off, but sideways, as if reality itself were shivering. She raises her phone, no signal, midnight displayed across the screen. Then, a loud pop. Fireworks outside. Everyone cheers in unison. Happy New Year. But the sound is wrong, hollow, underwater. She looks toward the window. Snow falls upward, spiraling toward a black sky. Then she sees her own reflection in the glass, surrounded by revelers, except she isn't moving. Her reflection is smiling. Int. Hallway moments later. She bursts out of the apartment, heart hammering. The hallway stretches infinitely in both directions. Doors on either side now stand open, all revealing identical parties inside. Each filled with the same faces, repeating the same toast. Happy New Year, Mara. Happy New Year, Mara. Her glass drops, shatters. She runs toward the elevator, but the panel reads 8. Mara. No. No, no, no. She slams the button. The doors open instantly. She dives inside. As it descends, she hears the chant echoing from above, voices blurring into static. The display ticks down. 7. 6. 5. The doors open to her own floor. She stumbles out, gasping, back into her dimly lit hallway. Everything looks normal again. Her door, 603, stands ajar. She enters slowly. Int. Mara's apartment, continuous. The lights are on. Her half-finished translation still glows on the laptop. Her mug of tea is cold. Relief breaks over her like a wave, until she notices the champagne glass on her counter. The same one she dropped upstairs. Still wet. Still cold. Her phone buzzes. One new message. Asterisk, glad you came. Next year, your place, winky face, asterisk. The timestamp, midnight. Sender, Mara, self. She drops the phone. It buzzes again, another message, the same one repeating every few seconds. Glad you came. Glad you came. Glad you came. The lights dim. Somewhere above, faint music resumes, the same slow synth from before. Mara looks up at the ceiling, trembling. From behind it, through layers of plaster and snow, comes the sound of footsteps and laughter. Segment 2, Echo Night. January 1 to 1:14 a.m. I'm writing this because I can't sleep. The sound hasn't stopped. It's faint, like someone holding a party 2 floors above me. But there is no 7th floor. I went up earlier, right after midnight, and I don't know what I saw. Or who. I've locked my door. Turned off the heater because it was humming in the same pitch as the music. It's still there, under everything. A low synth pulse. A human laugh that sounds like mine. Every time I close my eyes, I see them toasting. To me. January 1 to 4:02 a.m. I played back the recording on my phone. I must have hit record while I was in the elevator. The audio starts with static, then footsteps, then someone whispering, "Don't be late again." But the timestamp says December the 31st, 23:55. Before I even got the message. January 1 to 12:27 p.m. Sunlight. I didn't think I'd ever be glad to see it, but the morning almost made me believe none of it happened. I walked to the corner cafe. The girl at the counter smiled, asked if I'd been to the party last night. Which one? I asked. The building on Lauga Vega. Everyone said it went until 3. There's no other apartment building on Lauga Vega with my address. Only mine. When I got home, there was confetti on my doormat. January 1 to 11:58 p.m. I told myself I wouldn't check again. But the elevator display, It flickered 7 while I took the trash down. It's exactly midnight now. Music again. It's clearer than before. I recognize a melody. It's an old Icelandic folk song, A Sprengisandi. My father used to hum it when I was small. But underneath the tune, someone whispers my name. Not shouting, just repeating it, like it's trying to mimize how it sounds. Mara. Mara. January 2 to 3:43 a.m. I moved the couch against the front door. I know that won't stop sound, or whatever this is, but it feels like something I can control. There's a smell now. Cold air mixed with champagne and burnt dust. I think it's coming from the vents. I tried calling the landlord. The line rings, then a voice answers. Happy New Year, Mara. Click. It wasn't his voice. January 2 to 10:11 a.m. Sleep is impossible. I've checked the blueprints online. There really are only 6 floors. No attic, no penthouse. But every time I ride the elevator, I swear it hesitates between 6 and the roof. Just for a heartbeat, like it's remembering there's supposed to be something else. I found fingerprints on the inside of the elevator mirror. They weren't mine. Too small, too many. January 2 to 11:57 p.m. I gave in. I needed to know. I pressed 6, then 7. The button lit, even though there's number 7. The elevator rose in silence. When the doors opened, I didn't step out. I just looked. The hallway was there again. Dim, yellowed, humming faintly with bass. There were footprints in the snow that shouldn't be there, because there's no snow inside. They led from the elevator straight to 701. Someone opened the door a crack. I saw an eye looking through mine. Not like a mirror. Like someone else was using my face. I ran. January 3 to 2:19 a.m. The ceiling above my bed creaks when I breathe. The sound moves with me. I dragged a chair into the hall and stared at the elevator for an hour. At exactly 2 o'clock, the doors opened on their own. No one stepped out. But the air changed, heavier, charged, like before a thunderstorm. My phone buzzed. Come back up. It's rude to leave early. No sender. Just the words glowing in the dark. I deleted it. The message reappeared 10 times. Then the text changed. You're still upstairs. January 3 to 5:46 a.m. The heater turned on by itself. The sound it makes, I swear it's not mechanical anymore. It's a rhythm. The same bass pulse from the party. 4 beats, then a pause, then a breath. I walk to the window. The street outside looks wrong. The snow is moving upward again, like last time. But now, when I blink, I see faces in it. Dozens of faces, open-mouthed, frozen mid-laugh. January 3 to 6:13 a.m. Recording this now because I think I'm losing time. I found something on my kitchen table. A printed photo. It shows me, glass in hand, standing inside the 7th floor apartment. Behind me, a crowd of people all facing the camera. Their eyes are solid black. No reflection. On the back of the photo, written in marker. Next year, your place. January 3 to 7 a.m. The music stopped. For the first time in days, there's silence. But it doesn't feel like relief. It feels like waiting. I checked the hallway, empty. Then the elevator, off. Dark panel. No numbers. When I stepped inside, my reflection in the mirror smiled before I did. It whispered something, I think in German, from my Berlin days. Du bist schon hier. You're already here. I don't know what that means. Last unsaved entry time unknown. I think I've figured it out. The party isn't above me. It's inside the reflection. Every time I go near the elevator, I see the light shimmer, and I know if I look too long, I'll end up there again, repeating the toast forever, smiling when told, freezing when they do. The only way to stop it is to never look up again. Never let the sound in. Never answer when I hear my name. It's starting again now, faint music, footsteps, the pop of champagne corks. I can hear them in the walls, laughing through the vents. Happy New Year, Mara. If I go quiet, maybe they'll forget I left. Maybe I never did. Segment 3, The Mirror Year. January the 4th, 8:42 a.m. I slept. That's the strangest part, I actually slept. No dreams. No sound. When I woke up, the apartment smelled like fresh paint. All the scuffs on the walls, gone. Like it had been cleaned from the inside out. The heat is silent. The air feels heavy. And the clock on my laptop says December 31st. Text draft, unsent. To Jonah's landlord. I think the building's wiring is looping the days. Please send maintenance. Also, who lives in 701? No delivery report. The message deletes itself mid-typing. January the 4th, 11:15 p.m. It's happening again. The snow outside is falling up. I stood at the window and saw my reflection staring back from the glass, but she was standing somewhere else. Behind her, a party, same lights, same faces. She lifted a glass. I didn't. Then, the sound started, a faint hum, like the beginning of applause. I closed the curtains, but it was still there. Behind me. Inside the room. Note 05 January, 1 a.m. The reflection moves on its own now. It smiles before I do. It breathes slower. Sometimes it looks past me, as if someone is standing behind. When I wave, it waves late. A fraction of a second, enough to make me nauseous. I think I've become the echo. Camera footage, apartment 603, Jan the 5th, 2:12 a.m. Visual distortion throughout. Frame flickers between color and monochrome. Mara sits on the couch, facing the blank TV screen. Her reflection in the glass shows her holding a champagne glass, though her real hands are empty. The heater light blinks in rhythm with faint music. At 2:14, her reflection raises the glass. Mara turns her head sharply, as if hearing something. Then she speaks, voice barely audible. I wasn't invited. The reflection laughs. January the 6th, 10:37 p.m. I played back last night's memo and heard another voice layered under mine, soft, distant. It said, "We are still waiting for you to arrive." But I'm here. I never left. Unless the party wasn't upstairs. Maybe it's beneath everything, a second layer of this building. Like sound trapped under the surface of a record. Every night, it spins a little faster. And I'm the scratch in the song. Handwritten note found on refrigerator door. Don't look at the reflection after midnight. Don't answer the laughter. Don't check the date. Don't check the date. Don't check the date. Jan the 7th, 12 a.m. Entry 0:03 a.m. They started early tonight. The music woke me before midnight. It's louder now, not muffled through the ceiling, but coming from the walls themselves. Bass and laughter, the clinking of glass. I pressed my ear against the plaster. Someone whispered right behind it. Smile for the picture, Mara. The wall was warm. When I pulled back, frost bloomed where my skin had touched it. Entry 0:21 a.m. Every reflective surface in the apartment has gone wrong. The bathroom mirror shows me a half-second late, smiling after I've stopped. The kettle, the laptop screen, even the black of the window, all shimmer faintly like liquid glass. I've covered them with towels. Still, I can feel the reflections waiting behind the fabric, breathing in sync with mine. The heater hums the party tune. 4 beats, pause, breath. 4 beats, pause, breath. It's counting down. Entry 0:59 a.m. Lights just flickered. The power's gone in every unit. I can see darkness through the peephole. But from under the door, a gold light seeps in, pulsing like candle fire. Footsteps in the hall. Slow, deliberate. Heels tapping, dragging, the rhythm of a waltz. They stop right outside my door. 3 knocks. Then a voice, cheerful and familiar. It's almost time, neighbor. I recognize it. It's mine. Entry 1 a.m. I can't move. The door handle turned by itself. Cold air spilled in, smelling of snow and champagne. Through the gap, I saw them, the people from the party. Faces glossy, wax pale, grins stretched too wide. They were all holding glasses, filled with something dark red that steamed in the cold. The man from before, the one who first greeted me upstairs, raised his glass. She's here. And behind him, through the open door of apartment 701, I saw the room again, bright and alive. The same crowd, the same laughter, the same midnight forever. A mirror stood in the middle of it, huge and silver, like a doorway covered in light. And in its reflection, I was already standing inside. Entry 1:01 a.m. They are calling my name again, layered and rhythmic, like a chant. Mara. 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 I backed away, but the apartment stretched, every step felt longer, heavier. The walls rippled as if breathing. The lights came back on for a second, and in every mirror I'd covered, the clods were gone. Each one showed me at a different point in time, dancing, laughing, drinking, in that same golden glow. All of them looked so happy. You just have to come back upstairs. The voice said. You left too early. Camera footage 1:04 a.m. Static. Then. Mara in frame, sitting at her desk. Behind her, the window reflects the interior, but in the reflection, she's standing. The standing version moves closer, smiling. Its mouth opens, too wide. Teeth, too many. Her lights flicker. She turns, but there's nothing there. When she faces the camera again, her eyes are black mirrors. Then the feed cuts out. Audio log 1:08 a.m. Mara. They are not people. They are echoes. The same second replaying forever. The 7th floor is a recording that needs someone to keep it alive. That's why they wanted me. They needed a voice. I can hear them behind the glass. It's like the air is bending. If I touch it, maybe it stops. Maybe it finally stops. Transcript building security footage, 1:10 a.m. Angle, lobby camera. The elevator opens on its own. For a moment, golden light pours out, thick, shimmering like molten metal. Dozens of silhouettes inside, raising glasses. A woman steps in, identified as Mara Ivarstatir. The doors close. The floor counter climbs 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, pauses. Then flashes 7 for exactly 3 seconds. Then the panel goes dark. The elevator never comes back down. Postscript, 2 a.m. Dispatch, Reykjavik emergency line. Caller, male, unidentified. There's music coming from the old apartment block on Laugavega, but it's abandoned, right? Dispatch, that building's been empty since 2022, sir. Caller, no, it's not. The lights are on. I can see people in the windows. Dispatch, which windows? Caller, the top floor. The 7th. Caller, they are waving at me. Dispatch, sir, can you describe them? Caller. They are all smiling. They are all the same person. Closing image. The building stands silent in the snow. The windows on the 6th floor are dark. But every New Year's Eve, as midnight approaches, residents in the neighboring towers report seeing a faint amber glow rising above the roofline. And if you listen closely, beneath the wind, you can hear laughter and a woman's voice whispering from somewhere just above the 6th floor. Next year, your place,